Morning, profitable traders. Welcome to today's market color session, being the 15th of October 2025. So good to have each and every one of you around. My name is Cynthia, and I will be taking us through the analysis of DXY, GBP, USD, and Euro USD. Right after that, my colleague CJ will be coming up for his analysis on yen and gold. Without taking further time, we'll just head straight to the chart for today's analysis on the monthly time frame. Starting off with DXY on the monthly time frame, as seen right here. Right, nothing has changed. Price consolidated for a while, and we saw a sweep of this liquidity. And ever since, price has been on a downward spiral. And on the weekly time frame also, we actually spotted some form of entry, right? Long term, of course, the classic box pattern. Shoulder at 107.581, sweep right here, break. And once we see price retracing right back into the left shoulder, best believe we will be looking out to take sell opportunities on DXY. Coming down to the daily time frame, let's see what price is doing on the daily time frame. Right, so we've seen price retrace into this order block on daily time frame, and we're seeing the level of reaction of that point. Coming down to the 4-hour time frame, price created a double top. Price failed to take out this previous high at 99.175, and price just traded into it, and we're seeing price resting off that level, and price, traded into this level, and we're seeing a reaction of that point to the downside. Coming down to the 1-hour time frame, I can actually spot the classic box pattern for itself. Shoulder at 98.995, sweep right here. We've seen a break to the downside. All we want to see price do is for price to retrace right back into the left shoulder at 98.995 on 1-hour time frame. On the 15 minutes time frame, let's see what price has for us. Basically the same thing. Shoulder at 98.995, sweep to the upside, break to the downside. We want to see price retracing right back into the left shoulder. And once price does that, I'm willing to sell DXY. If you have questions at this point, or if you have a different bias from what is being said here, please feel free to type in the chat box. On monthly time frame for Euro USD, we saw price range for a couple of days, right? Months, right? Rather, we saw price ranging, and then all of a sudden we saw a sweep of the liquidity right here, and price just traded all the way to the upside. Coming down to the weekly time frame, I can spot the classic box pattern for a buy, right? Shoulder at this price point, 1.06762, sweep to the downside, break to the upside. Once price returns into 1.06762, the left shoulder residing there, I'm willing to buy Euro USD long term. And on the daily time frame also, let's take note that price actually traded into the left shoulder at 1.15579, and we're seeing a reaction of that level. We had 2 points of interest, the IOFED right here and this left shoulder. So price just traded into it, and we're seeing some reaction of that level. Narrowing down to the 4-hour time frame, let's see what price did. Looks like price broke above the high at 1.16316, and we're seeing some move to the upside. So once we see a retracement into at least a fair value gap, this fair value gap right here, let's mark it out. We may see some retracement of that level. Best believe I will be willing to take the buy of Euro USD. Let's see what the 1-hour time frame is doing. On the 1-hour time frame, we've even seen price break way above the previous high, and then we can actually spot the classic box pattern. Shoulder at 1.15579, sweep right here to the downside, break to the upside. We want to see price retracing right back into the left shoulder on 1 hour time frame at 1.15579. And once that happens, best believe I will be taking the buy of Euro USD. Narrowing down to the 15 minutes time frame to see what price is doing. There's also the left shoulder at 1.15579. Sweep right to the downside, break to the upside. Once we see price retrace right back into 1.15579 on the 15 minutes time frame, I will be pulling the trigger for the buy on Euro USD. Please, if you have questions, you can start penning them down in the chat box so that we can get to attend to them before we round off, or rather round up today's session. On the monthly time frame for GBP USD, we saw that price broke above the high at 1.33850, traded into premium, and we're seeing a reaction of that point. Coming down to the weekly time frame, pretty much the same thing that we saw Euro USD do. There's the left shoulder at 1.24930. There's a sweep to the downside, and there's a break to the upside. So once we see price retracing right back into 1.24930, best believe I will be longing GBP USD long term. And on the daily time frame for GBP USD, there's actually something we may want to take note of. Shoulder at 1.33663, sweep to the downside, break to the upside, and price return right back into this level. There's a fair value gap here that price traded into, right? Price just traded into this level, and it has been stolen. There has not been any significant move to the upside. Price just traded into this fair value gap and has been stalling off that point. On 4 hour time frame, let's see what price is doing. Right, price hasn't really cleared. There's liquidity residing here because we're seeing some sort of range. So we may see a clear of this liquidity to the upside. Price hasn't, broken above any high. Price has just been stolen. So we may see rather a sweep of the liquidity residing right here. And down to the 1 hour time frame. On 1 hour time frame, let's see what price does. So there's the shoulder right here. There's a shoulder right here at 1.33282. There's a sweep right here, and then there's a break. So we want to see price returning right back into 1.33286. And once price does that, I'm willing to buy GBP USD on a 15 minutes time frame. Let's see. Pretty much the same point of interest that we may see price reacting off from, for price to retrace right back into 1.33286 on the 15 minutes time frame. Please take note of this price point so that once price gets there, we will be on time to execute our trades and take opportunities in the market. Please, if you have questions at this point, kindly type in the chat box. If you have questions, please type in the chat box. If you have a different bias, a different outlook entirely from what has been said, do well to type in the chat box. I'd like to announce that registration for the FX Bootcamp training is currently ongoing. And send us a message on 081 6099 5030 for more inquiries on how to go about the registration. Again, the number to message is 081 6099 5030, and we will be helping you out with the registration. If there are no questions, we'll be going on a very brief break, and we'll be coming back for the second segment of today's market color session. And the second segment will be focusing on gold and the yen basket. Please do not go anywhere. We'll be back very shortly for the second aspect of today's market color session. Cheers.
Good morning, traders. Welcome back to the market color for today, the 15th of October 2025. We're excited to have you all here once again. My name is CJ, and I'll be taking you through the remaining parts of today's market color, starting off with the analysis on gold against the dollar. Now, in the last couple of weeks, we've just seen gold rallying since August this year, yes. Since August this year, gold has just been on a one-way street to the upside. Has been beating all our expectations. Currently, the next place I'm expecting gold to trade to is 4,250. I'm just using quarter points to measure where I think gold will be trading to. So I'm expecting 4,250 as the next place where gold will trade to, and in no distant time it should reach there. So this is me saying that gold is on a buy trend, and there's nothing we should be looking to do about that except to take a buy. Okay, so if you're not in a buy, then you are doing the wrong thing on gold. This is not the time to look for a sell. This is not the time to try to attempt any funny move on gold, because you'd be largely disappointed when you try it in the long run. So the only time we would be looking for a sell on gold is when we have seen clear structure break. On the 4-hour time frame, this is where the next structure break is. So we'll just allow you to form structures to give us more buy trades, and then we'll keep taking it. All right, just like we had yesterday. I think there was a good buy setup yesterday on gold. When it retraced to this level around here, this was like a good buy setup to the upside. Right now, gold has traded to premium. We'll just wait for it to get to a discount level, and then would buy. Now I'm talking about the discount level. Let me draw out some places I'm expecting gold to get to. Now, seeing this on a 15 minutes time frame makes me feel like gold might just come to clear this diagonal liquidity before trading again to the upside. So you can see the diagonal liquidity all the way here. Okay, so gold might just come back one more time to take it out and then continue trading to the upside. So this is what I'm looking out for. If there is a possibility of taking out these lows all the way to this level here, then I'll be looking for a buy on gold afterwards. So my own analysis is for a buy. For some people who trade trend line, I've seen some other people who are looking out for trend line bounces on gold, just like it was doing here. Bounced off here, bounced off, bounced off. You could still approach that and then take off a buy from around this level here. If it returns to this high, let me use this line here. So if it returns to maybe this high around here, it could give you a bounce back up again. So if it doesn't, then and it breaks to the downside, we'll be looking for a buy. So we could see gold do something like this, and then run all the way up. So this is a possibility on gold. All right, and if this plays out, we'll be taking a buy. If not, and it breaks below, we'll wait for it to come and clear as many liquidity as possible around here, and then we'll be taking a buy from the low to the upside. So this is what we're looking out for on gold today. Okay, now let's move over to the yen pairs so that we'll see what the yen pairs have in stock for us this morning. Now starting with yen baskets, that is what we're going to start with. Looking at the yen basket, we're expecting, let's start from the daily time frame. We expected a bounce back to the upside somewhere around here, and then price would sell off afterwards. And you can see that was last week into this week as well. Even on Monday, we mentioned, you can see how the yen has just been buying as we analyzed. And then we're expecting that maybe somewhere around here, we would see that bounce back to the downside, either here or this guy here. Either of these two places could send the yen basket back to the downside. So we're expecting to see what's going to happen around this level when it trades here. So my own bias still remains for a buy, because this is, I think this is the arrow we use. We expected it to travel down this path since last week to buy all the way here and then sell. So the bias still remains the same. We're expecting a buy on the yen pair. And then when it finally buys, we will now take advantage of it by selling further to the downside. So with this buy on the yen pair, we also have sell bias on GBP, JPY, and Euro JPY, because we said there was a gap created here in the process. Just as we're expecting the yen pair to retrace to a premium level, we're expecting this guy to fill up this gap when it trades back to the downside, and then it would resume the buy trend, because the overall trend is still a buy, but we're expecting it to come fill up here and then continue buying. So my bias for GBP JPY is to sell, a clear sell. On the 4-hour time frame, you can see how that is playing out clearly. Now let's look out for trades that we could take on GBP JPY for this remaining part of the week. Now, one of the places I've been big on seeing GBP JPY rather retrace to is around here. I'm expecting a sell from here. I want to see something like this, and then I'll sell it all the way here. So this is one of my expectations. I'm looking out for a sell of GBP JPY all the way to the downside from here. If you look at it on the 1-hour time frame, it's still a very juicy place to sell from. And if you see that sell, then we'll be taking it out completely. But then when you come down to the 15 minutes time frame, it looks like price may not trade all the way up there. So this level on the 15 minutes time frame has not been very, I've not been comfortable trying to take a sell from here since then. But what I want to see is a possible move to the upside and then the sell off afterwards to the all right. Now for GBP JPY, we expect it to just sell off, but I want to see trade from this level to the downside. If that doesn't happen, then I'll be looking forward to seeing maybe a sell from here if price should eventually come all the way up here. But I would not want to sell it from where it currently is. I want to see a move to the upside and then sell it from premium. So I want to see price come and take off this liquidity and sell off, or trade all the way to this upside before selling. But my overall bias for GBP JPY is a sell. And same thing goes for Euro JPY. I'm expecting a clear sell. If you see on the higher time frame, the same thing we have on GBP JPY, this gap, we're expecting price to come fill it before moving to the upside. So it is doing just that. If you look at it on the 4-hour time frame as well, very clear. Whereas almost there, and then we just expect price to make one more push to the downside, and then we'll just continue buying. If you look at it on the 1-hour time frame, it's been forming a mini sell trend all the way to the downside. I expect that to continue. If you look at it like this, you see that it has just been forming the sell to the downside. So I expect that to continue until it fills up that gap right there. As for today, I'm also expecting a sell on Euro JPY, but not on the same place as GBP JPY. I don't expect Euro JPY to travel as far as GBP JPY did because of what I just showed you earlier. It has been creating kind of a trend line on Euro JPY, so I don't expect it to travel as far as GBP JPY would. But then on the 15 minutes time frame, I just want to see price make a play around this Asian high, somewhere around here. I want to see if price is going to do anything around here. If possible, takes out this level here and then continue selling to the downside. So I'm expecting something like this to play out on Euro JPY, and then I'll be taking my sell. So this is something I want to see. A move here, and then price comes back all the way down to take out the lows. So this is what I'm expecting on Euro JPY, and expect that to possibly play out today. And once it does, I'll be taking myself to the downside. Okay, so this brings us to the end of today's market color. It's been a wonderful time sharing our analysis with you, and I really hope that everyone who has been joining this market color has been taking the trades and then making some profit, just like the trade of I think on Monday, where we analyzed for a Euro USD sell. It actually played out very well, and we hope that everyone who joined the market color was able to take advantage of it. Okay, so these are the things that we want to see in the markets, and we expect that when they play out, everyone who joined should do as we have finalized, except you have a contrary opinion, which you can always share. Okay, all right, so thank you very much everyone for joining. Until we meet again by 2 p.m. GMT +1 for the market color recap. Wish you good luck and good trading. Cheers and God bless, guys.